So what is this about? Why are we here? This is about nothing, and there is no why, and there is no here, and there's no we either. This is an utter, delightfully hopeless exposure of what is and is not. It sort of undermines, it seems, this what's exposed and shared in this communication. It's sort of exposed that there is no real separation or individuality, and therefore there isn't any people. There's no person. There's no real separate self in a human body or any body for that matter. There's just no real individual. There is only boundlessness. It's sometimes called unconditional love or freedom. Recently, it's been called unconditional absurdity, which people quite seem to like. So that's quite fun. But really, this is nameless and undefinable, inexpressible and incomprehensible. There is utterly nothing to get from this, really. Conceptual understanding may seem to appear. Asking questions on YouTube and in Zoom may seem to happen. Having a little think and trying to chew on concepts of various terms and languages may appear, but really this is beyond all comprehension. This is beyond language. It's beyond any sort of analyzing or intellectualizing this, because this, what is exposed, is simply not a thing. This, what is nothing. There's no way of defining nothing. It's simply boundless. And even boundless would seem to be some sort of definition, but it's not really. It just seems to be all there is. It's no thingness. And what may also occur is misinterpretation about certain words and terms, because what's shared is utterly ungraspable, and therefore, because it's just, there's no possibility of getting what the hell this is talking about, there may be what may be more appealing than apparent sitting in the uncomfortability of the incomprehensible nature of this is instead misinterpreting what's being said. Because as long as I have some sort of conceptual understanding, whether that's opinionated or a belief or a sense that this is nonsense, or maybe even a sense that it's true, this would all seem to give something to someone, an object to a subject. And this is just nothing to do with subject or object. This is pointing out that the dream is that there is a distance between a subject and an object. So all things that seem to appear objectively are not real. And that includes beliefs, opinions, and ideas. It includes memories. It includes values. It includes views about an apparent individual thinking they're this way or that way. Labels and definitions as to how to behave, how to be, how to think, how to speak. Even little things like what I should be doing to make the most of my time. All of the ideas about choice and free will, it's all blown out to smithereens because there just is no one already. There is absolutely no compromising with the notion that there is no one. There just is no real person in a body. It's really quite utterly simple and yet radically blasphemous to point out that there's no one to be having an experience, a personal experience, or any experience for that matter. It's a total illusory appearance that would only seem to appear when there's this sense, a visceral sense. It's not a concept, really. I mean, the felt sense of being here, being present, being real, and being aware and relating to and owning what's going on. This is not really a conceptual thing. It's a felt sense. It really does, when that's seemingly happening for a human body, it very much seems like a visceral quality of someone feels like they're in the body and that body belongs to them. And what is exposed is that visceral sense is just simply an illusory, insubstantial, energetic felt sense of being located, being here. being real and being aware, knowing what's going on. And for that experience that feels so sort of visceral and solid, would never really seem to conceive or subscribe to the possibility that experience of separation and being here, it doesn't seem likely it would ever subscribe to the possibility that self-sense, that experience of being here is totally unreal. It's not real at all. There's no real person in the body. There's no one doing anything. The felt sense of being here would seem to breed with it a sense of autonomy, a sense that someone is actually in charge here, that someone's actually doing things, that they're choosing how to think about what's being said, they're choosing their thoughts as to what to think about this, or they're choosing how to respond to this. Maybe they feel like they're choosing how to sit or breathe or wiggle around and fidget, or whatever it is. There's sort of awareness, this illusory awareness experience seems to breed a sense that because I'm aware of what's happening, I'm surely in control. I'm in control of what's happening. So I must be in control of my thoughts, because why else would I be here if I don't have control? If I, the separate self, am not in control, then what am I going to do? Or how is the body going to go on without me? It comes out with all sorts of stories, and yet it's not even doing it. And the stories are totally insubstantial too. They're empty. What is exposed is that there is absolutely no free will or choice to begin with. So no one chose to came out of the womb of their mother. No one chose what color eyes to have. No one chose what color hair to have. No one chose what color skin to have. No one chose to grow fingernails or beat the heart or breathe the lungs or digest food. There is so much obvious exposure in every single direction that directionless freedom is already everywhere, everything, and boundless. There's no control, absolutely none, not even 0.1%. The illusory sense would just seem to say otherwise. It would say something like, I need to be around. I need to be here so that I can do this. I've got responsibilities. I've got children. I've got, people to look after. I've got a job. I've got a house. I've got a mortgage. It comes out with all sorts of excuses and reasons as to reject the total unacceptable nature of what's being shared. But there is already no one doing anything. And only apparently in an illusory contrast, when that whole sort of energetic self-sense has collapsed, is it so abundantly obvious that no one is behind anything. No one is doing anything. No one's driving the body. No one's choosing thoughts. No one's choosing how to be. No one's choosing to get up in the morning and meditate at 5 or stay in bed for another hour or two. No one's choosing to be lazy. No one's choosing to be disciplined. It's all already happening as it is, timelessly at free flow, spontaneously, and immediacy is simply all there is. And no one chooses to be receptive to everything that apparently gets spouted in a meeting. So whether it's a rejection or a total agreement or a resonance or a resistance is all total free flow, organic. It's all this. So whatever responses seem to happen is total freedom. There's no one behind. There's no one driving this. And this isn't going in a direction. It's already complete. This is already complete. And this exposure simply points that out and makes what is already abundantly clear. But the clarity that may seem to appear is also just simply an appearance. So anything that seems to be changing or going on is just another appearance, which is free. But this is already free of process, free of progression, free of going anywhere, free of staying still even, just timeless, boundless aliveness.